And hello and good evening. We are on the air a little bit later, but hey, that is okay.
Hello.
That is completely fine. Hello, and welcome to TaleChasers on Friday. I'm your host of today, Amber, and these are my lovely Stargazers.
Hello.
Say hello.
I am
Good.
not Amber.
That is true. I am neither Amber either.
Very good.
But yeah.
Very good,
I have a
guys.
Griffin watch whistle that has mango written on it for some reason.
Just like we practiced.
Just like the simulations.
Oh, just like the simulations, indeed. So, hello, good evening. I hope you've had a lovely week.
And if not, I hope you have a lovely weekend instead.
That works too. Please enjoy. And please work through the beginning of the weekend with us, as we are going to play Dungeons & Dragons. But first, I say some things and some words, including the words. Next week we will not be playing. We will not be playing on Friday. We will not be playing any Stargazers, and that is because we're playing something else entirely. We will be playing a murder mystery one shot called Murder on the Altenheim Express, and everyone here, including a guest player that will be joining us next week, will instead crawl into the skin of some very rich people. And as we know, rich people are full of secrets. And a lot of dirty skeletons in their closet.
Actually, no, I'm kidding. That's not the voice I will be doing.
Actually, to find out which voice Mark will be doing, please join us next week on Friday at 7 CST. I think we'll start at 7, maybe a little earlier. We will see. I'll put out a social media post before that.
And I
regardless
will make schedule changes on Twitch if necessary.
Regardless, we're here to play Stargazers right now, so I would like a recap of last week's session from who was it last time? I think it was Faris last time.
Yeah, man.
Or was it Gabe?
Why don't
was Faris last time?
Yeah, that was me last time. I was gonna say, why don't Brandon give a recap?
Ooh, I haven't heard.
Oh, I'm being thrown under the bus.
Whoa!
Is that how you feel about playing in my game?
That's how I feel about suddenly being jumped into the spotlight.
Enjoy the spotlight, Brandon.
It's
Look
okay.
at my little fishy.
It's okay, Brandon. You can do the parts where you were actually here, and then we can help you with the parts of after you left.
For real, Brandon.
Oh, bother. Okay.
He's considering it.
Alrighty then. I mean, I will do up until the point where where I left, and I guess you guys can pick up from there, I suppose.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Session started off with Darius meeting a tiny elemental with Stilphine in tow.
That was very cute.
Yes, I remember haphazardly Zarius going and exploring the markets of it is Grafendam. We're incorrect. I'm not making
Grafendam, yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Of Grafendam, the city that we have been staying ourselves in, whilst cart construction has been going underway and preparing other things so that we can proceed forward with our adventure. And Zarius thought it upon himself that it'd be pretty good to go out into the markets with Delphine and try and find, I suppose, things of wonder to explore and see and trade, as well as, I guess, go a bit out there in the world. He did indeed find himself with a merchant that had a little, I believe it was like an earth elemental, if I'm correct.
Correct.
That was almost like a pebble kind of thing, with some merchants, where Zarius did have this kind of like, I suppose, exchange of words with him. I'm not sure how else to tag it, but an exchange of words per se.
You only need to call him by his nationality. That's all you need to do. No.
Yeah, man.
But yes, and then after the kind of the segments of I suppose the marketplace, wonders. Let's see here. What I have written. So after they explained the market, people were trying to, I guess, come up with the last few things that they wanted to make sure that they got sorted. There was a kind of a lengthy list of things that people wanted to do, except the fact that Vincent didn't have from my side of the canvas, Vincent didn't really have much to do from his perspective. So he was happy to be a spare part today and, I guess, help people around with whatever it is and follow people to do whatever it is that they wanted to do, I suppose. So Vittorio wanted to... Oh, wait, is this the same session? Is this the one that we went into outside the walls?
No.
No, that was the last session, wasn't it?
It was
Yeah.
downtime session.
Exactly. This was the downtime session.
I believe. Oh yes. Okay, so this is the one after. Yeah, I see now.
Mhm.
This is the one where Vincent spent his time messing around in the city and trying his best to make some profit whilst he was waiting around for other people to finish up doing whatever they needed in their downtime. So Vincent finally managed to do some exploring and, I suppose, practicing with a token that his father was given, that his father gave him, a coin that had a bunch of different nice abilities that made it a very tricky coin, such as being able to make it always turn up in a certain face that they wanted, making it disappear and appear. It's basically a Alleyways magician's best parlor trick. It's capable of a lot of things, and so Vincent put his charms and wit, as well as this coin's ability to go around and, I suppose, either haggle with people or because there wasn't one set definition, but it was just a mixture of haggling, pickpocketing, playing games like that maybe involved the coin to try and earn some money that way. And all of the roles were quite successful in terms of sleight of handing and stealthing and deceiving or persuading. And eventually Vincent was quite capable of actually raking up a good amount of money that paid off the downtime days that they were going to be spending here. His life costs, I suppose. Taxes in real life, taxes in D&D. And also still managed to come out with a hefty bit of extra coin. Then, this might have happened before. Oh no, Vincent definitely was first, I'm pretty sure. Because then I'm pretty sure it was Lawrence afterwards that went and sold this blade. He had a meeting with a very fancy madam, per se, that brought him into the inner circle where we've been looking for the robes of Aurelia. He used this as a kind of double-sided opportunity to not only scout out the place that they wanted to look at for the robes of Aurelia, which turned out to be some ruins, but also have a conversation with a very fancy middle-class noble citizen that wanted to purchase one of the magical items that Lawrence had. After some conversation and quote-unquote afternoon tea, they were able to come to an agreement and sell the magical item for a hefty price. That was then divided amongst the party. It was delivered in a not a suitcase. Oh, it was
like a little briefcase that weighed 12 pounds.
That's the word. Yeah, briefcase is the word I was looking for, not suitcase. Yeah, delivered in a briefcase. And Lawrence had to play it off cool that he's definitely done this before and it's completely normal, but probably was thinking to himself, this is a lot of money in one place. And then all of that platinum, because it was delivered in platinum, was then divided amongst the party for the exchanges. On the way back, he also found out that I'm not sure if I got this completely written down right, but that the robes are actually sunken, like under the city, like that
Yeah, that's true.
that the underbelly of the city, for the lack of a better word, is being completely flooded. And a lot of the ruins that remain there are now again completely flooded, and that the robes are amongst them. So it would take a lot of effort and
A little bit of
possibly
swimming.
a bit of swimming and a strong Zarius in hand to be able to go down and fish it
The
out.
man who can
since-
unironically breathe underwater. Yeah, that guy.
So the person that literally is capable of breathing everything, but is completely
everything.
but is completely terrified of water and isn't the best swimmer, is our best chance if we do wanted to go after these robes. But I think the general consensus of the party is that generally it seems to be a bit out of reach. However, if Lawrence did want to pursue this, then the party members could possibly be swayed to aid him with at least with a concrete plan to do so. So that was Zarius then, who then wanted to go ahead and try and continue training his cow.
Borealis, yes.
And I think it was around roughly this area where I think things have gotten patchy for me. So I'm guessing that this is where I probably left off. After you attempted to start training the cow again?
I started training the cow, and I wrote up some music. 2 more chapters.
Amazing.
Oh,
I think that's as far as it goes in terms of my recall.
yeah. Victoria did looking into of Draxus's dragon father, which mechanically speaking was sort of research downtime. Found out some information, about his mother, and that apparently his mother was actually married to someone. And there was a name listed, a Fritz Maraman, which Amber was pointed out when we were very tired and brain dead. It's like, oh yeah, it's a nice, interesting last name he had. But yes, this Fritz Maraman had some property registered in his name at one point in time. Property that was currently and had been for many generations in the hands of a halfling family that was running a sweet shop or a sweet shop and bakery. So Victoria went to check that out with Eric and Delphine. And apparently there was, in fact, some old things left behind from the previous owner of the property, because these halflings got the property several generations ago. They basically bought it from the city, because the previous owner just up and vanished one day. So the city, took the property back. And there were some letters, as well as some scales that kind of shifted color a little bit, which was interesting. And we found out that stuff. Tokas found out a bunch of lore about the robes, I believe. Is it here? Ah, yes. The robes of Aurelia miraculously survived the razing of the temple during the height of the rebellion that the Mad Emperor Leopold instigated, and were miraculously uncovered unharmed around the year 670, after Emperor Erasmus re-established the peace within the region. The robes grant won the heavenly favor of Aurelia. Its fabric is said to always be warm, as though one is seated by her hearth, and fate itself appears to bend slightly in one's favor when wearing them. Furthermore, they are said to grant one the ability to fly as though they were a seraph. Unconfirmed accounts claim that the robes themselves were created flawed due to Aurelia's impending madness, and that a holy vow is woven into the fabric itself. One that enhances the robes and grants one more benefit when one cleaves to Aurelia and Aurelia alone. And then I think it was some overlapping with information about Grafendam itself. And yes, yes, they're said to be interred in a vault beneath Aurelia's respite. And then, yeah, as Brandon mentioned, that a lot of things under the ground in Grafendam is straight up underwater and flooded. So, who knows? Yeah, and then we all met up in the end after having done our things. And we went to see Draxus and basically gave him all the information. And we figured out that, the dragon's name is Malsidresriet. I completely butchered.
Pretty close.
Pretty close, thank you. Thank you, Amber. How is it pronounced?
No thanks.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah,
Pass.
Yeah. Pass.
Skip scene.
Skip, okay, yeah.
That's an interesting dragon name, no thanks.
But no.
Mara is what we call the dragon.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, we figured out that, that was a name, and we basically handed the letters over and talked. And then when we mentioned the name, Mara just kind of fell to the floor, like, quite literally, a dead bird, with her legs up in the air. And then she started screaming when the name was mentioned again. So much so that Lawrence had to,
take time out.
Yeah, literally a timeout and take her outside and be like, what's wrong? And Mara, tried, to explain as best as Mara can, as one can when you have to rely on mimicry, of course. And then Mara started to lose all of their feathers one by one, until they kind of looked like a naked red chicken. That's probably the best description.
I mean, they look like Mara. They just look like a raven without any feathers. But they have a very pale beak now, and these was reddish scaled leggies.
Oh, I thought the entire skin was also red.
I mean, the bird itself is kind of reddish because it's just a little bird skin, I guess.
That's what birds look like.
I mean, yeah.
That's just what birds look like. Kind of ugly, not gonna lie, but that's just how it is,
Fair enough. And yeah, Mara basically mostly repeated that Mara, she fell from the place and she died. That was the most things she repeated. And then when Lawrence came back in, he kind of told us, and we asked what was up because Mara looked not very great. And then I think he told us that when I think she didn't like the name for some reason. And then we tried some other names. Victoria tried a name of some adventurer that was once upon a time hunted. Stole something from a dragon, I believe. But was a local to Grafendam as well. But it didn't have any response. And then Tokas tried saying the name of Draxus's mother. And then Mara just started sobbing, effectively, and wailing. And then we came to the sort of conclusion that, I guess whatever spirit is, that is Mara, that is not, a normal familiar, for those not in the know. It's an invasive familiar, which is something unique to this world, I suppose. So the dragon is most likely Mara in this case. after the dragon maybe died and wanted to live on in one way or another. And now we are standing in front of Draxus, and we need to convince him that, yes, this is the spirit of your dad, and also we know that your half-brother is lying in cryostasis inside of the mountain. Also, he's cursed, but we know how to fix that. Yeah. That's that session. And that's where we are.
Oh, yeah, that is about where we are. And that is also where we are going to pick right back up. I'm just going to put on a different track. We can pick up a very short while after the events that transpired within the shop. You'll all find yourselves in one of the back rooms of the place, because whatever was going on at the front of the store, like, maybe it wasn't meant to be seen by every single person in Graffendam, and so to maintain a modicum of we'll just call it respect of stature, Draxus has invited you all into his personal living quarters, where it's a little bit like on the small side. It's evident that only like one guy lives here, like bachelor pad. Not to say like it's the typical, I have one chair and like a mattress on the floor, that kind of bachelor pad. But there's like one very fancy, like settee where one could sit down, and there is like one like smaller chair where a guest could sit, with a little table in the middle, and a few knickknacks strewn around about the room. Draxus is like awkwardly offers you guys the seat. There's no other seats. He seems kind of like, yeah. I hadn't expected this, Wasn't expecting this many guests. He's like trying to tidy away some like papers off the table as well. He's like, no. Didn't expect guests today.
Cyrus nods and just says, like, not many expect us. At least all of us at the same time. I look at everyone who's kind of, half of us kind of standing here, not knowing what to say, at least if I remember last time.
Yeah, Lawrence is there, like holding the bird in his hands.
Oh yeah, Vincent, to catch you up, if you want to torture Mara,
Wow.
Yeah.
you just gotta say one name.
Regardless.
I look at either Tokas or Vittoria because they've been the ones speaking the most, and like looks at the chair and looks at one of you.
Victoria looks at Tokas and is like, why don't you have a seat?
Lucas looks up to Victoria. But don't you have a seat?
He's like, no, I'm quite fine here.
Uh-huh. Okay. Looks at the seat, looks at Victoria. Squints.
Sorry, sits down. It's like
Looks at Zarius.
Sorry, I have to push. You have to like squish like a cute little throw pillow that looks like someone like made it by hand. Like knitted it by hand, like out of the way because it gets in the way of your tail. But like,
yeah, I have to imagine
You
if
can
Zarius
sit down.
sits on like a solid chair, tail kind of has to awkwardly go up against his back, even though that's not how it should bend.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's also how Draxius sits. So like actually his chair's a little wider, so his tail can go like next to him, and it just like hangs next to his leg like a third leg. But for you, yeah, you have to sit in the smaller chair. This is just how it is.
Well, I suppose it solves that, at least.
It does.
So, do you think you could explain this one more time?
Well, depends on how much you want to know. Do you want me to start from like the very, very beginning?
We can do a brief recap from the very beginning, yes?
Very good. Well, a certain red dragon, roughly 200 years ago, turned into a man known by the name of Frizz. And this man owned the plot of land that is now the bakery up north in Raffendam. And it's also your father. At least I suppose so. Now that dragon, everyone knows that it disappeared after causing a lot of damage to the city, but no one knows where. We have found out where. At least this is all an assumption, of course, this is all theory. But it goes to play into a theory of mine that I have. Are you acquainted with the familiars that mages and spellcasters have?
Yes. A couple of the people that frequent this place commission knickknacks for them.
Oh, I can imagine. So, now, the theoretics behind the spell, I will spare you those, but the creature we summon, not simply animals, they are spirits and souls, that we call from the ether. Now, there is a particular species of familiars that is particularly relentless in regards to the shape they take. Usually a mage or wizard can change the shape of their familiars to their own likings, but these little guys, they choose their own shape. Now, why is that? I've always wondered that myself. Always intrigued me that such creatures had control over their own form. And my running theory was that, in fact, these were not normal souls. They were special souls, belonged to someone that had still attachment to the world. And I suppose my theory falls correct in some way. The dragon disappeared 200 years ago. No one knows what happened to him, but we might have discovered. And Lauren took us looks at Lawrence and possibly Mara if she's there.
Mara's like shaking. Lawrence has put like she's still wearing the clothing, I guess, that Lawrence got her, so I guess she's not super naked.
Bless.
That's something.
This little chick here is supposed to be the ancient red dragon Malzidrager. Or at least what remains of him. I'm not sure what happened.
My father
Also correct.
is, for lack of a better word, a bird.
Also correct. Technically, I'm not sure if you consider him his father or not. That is, of course, up to you to decide. But if you want to strictly speak truth and facts, it truly is your father. Or at least what remains of him or them. Their soul, I suppose.
What proof? He seems to he scratches his scaly brow, like trying to find some way to like piece together like what sort of proof there's supposed to be that that chicken is his father, you know?
Well, as I mentioned, souls transmogrify themselves into taking a peculiar shape when they are recalled upon the material realm by spellcasters. Now, they also harbor fragments of memories of their past lives, not all of them, because of course they have died. What sparked this theory in my mind was, well, first of all, the shared sense of humor that you two have. And the fact that this particular familiar here reacted abruptly to the mentions of every single name of your family, be it your mother, yours, or his own. It also had some absurd reaction, it turns to Mara, squinting a little bit, to its own scales, which apparently it was looking for since we stumbled upon this little creature. So either you have another family member that you are not aware of, or this is indeed the dragon we are talking about.
He looks at you, he then looks at Lawrence, who's holding the bird in a shirt. Then at you again, and then at the bird again.
Peter smiles.
I think I needed longer than 10 minutes to process this information. I hadn't anticipated. Of all the things that I thought I would come to find out when I put in my strange requests, I think this is the last outcome.
Now, here's another question. Would you prefer for me to unload every sort of information we possess, or would you want me to give you a little bit more time and then give you more information?
He's like, you know, like when people like, you know, slick back their hair in like distress, but like he doesn't really have any. Just like runs a hand across his horn and his like forehead scales. He's like, "There's more."
Well, there's another running theory that might be ascertained with a little bit of field experiments, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I mentioned, this dragon had the capabilities of shifting into different shapes, particularly of the humanoid variety. That probably explains how he was able to infiltrate Graffendom and appear out of nowhere, cause a ruckus, and then flee. Now, it also appeared to have a relationship with humans, like in the case of your mother. And maybe not the only one. During our travel in Blackclaw Mountain, we stumbled upon a child half-dragon of the red variety, whose name was Freddy. And we have reasons to believe that you two might be related somehow. Perhaps not of the same mother, but for sure of the same father.
Mm-hmm.
That's all of it. Oh, well, I suppose it's useful to say that this poor child is also afflicted by a curse, turning him slowly to stone. So we have been seeking for, well, the ingredients necessary to break such a curse for quite a while.
And I suppose we now have at least one of them. He looks to, well, Mara, and I assume Lawrence gathered up her feathers and is like, yeah, put them in a bag or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looks fair.
Most of the feathers are like literally molten, but there's a couple of like the bigger in Dutch we call them slagpinnen, but they're just like
The bigger feathers.
yeah, the bigger feathers.
Basically the ones you would
Large quills.
Yeah, you would turn into quills indeed.
Mm-hmm.
He looks and is like, yeah, feather of a raven twice dead.
One out of the three.
I like feather of a raven twice murdered because it implies other things as well.
Well, true.
We still need the hair on the clock.
The hair and the clock.
Those would be the three ingredients key to solve Freddy's curse. Now, once again, it is way too much of a coincidence that the feathers of a raven twice murdered, in this case our little raven here, are also the feathers of a creature that might very well be Freddy's death. A lot of coincidences piling up in a little bit of a mystery, if I may say so myself. Now, the two other ingredients are a clock that runs backwards, which, well, I was about to inquire if you possessed any such things.
Whether I own a clock that runs backwards.
Yeah.
Truly. But it was gifted to you by your father or mother, or perhaps you stumble upon such item.
I don't own anything of the sorts, but if there's anyone who has it, my neighbor Tully does a lot of, from the Wondermongery, does a lot of contraptions.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to inquire. Now the last thing, the most cryptic one, is a strand of air from a lost not found. It is my assumption that it's lost not found might be one of Malzer's or its shape-shifting forms. So, I was hoping to have perhaps a look at the letters, see if any strands of air were to remain caught between the folds or the envelopes of some sort.
Of course.
Well, that is duly appreciated.
He hands you back the letters that you handed to him not very long ago. I hadn't even had the time to read them yet.
Oh,
Poor guy. Yeah. Lucas will begin to sift through the letters, open them, open the folds, open the envelopes, look into the corners of them, see if there's any bits of hair remaining in, between the papers.
Give me a little investigation check.
I
See little eyes.
will not mechanically help you, but mechanically I'll say, Tocas, you can do it! There you go, I did it. I gave you a bardic inspiration.
Drax is like
God.
turns to you, Zars. We say, "You can do it, Toka."
You
He's
can
like,
do it, Tocas!
You truly are a colorful bunch.
And I imagine that as he does, I will make it a little bit visually obvious that, like, there's definitely magic coming out of his mouth.
Oh no. He's conjuring.
The bastard's doing it again.
There you go.
So bardic, so inspiration.
Bless
Ooh,
that
so
soul.
Wait, why did it make a noise?
What?
It makes some music, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
sure.
makes sounds for everything. Well,
Okay,
most
there you
things
go.
by now.
You add a 4 to whatever you roll.
That's great. Most aggressive bard ever. He rolls his skill.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do
Of
it.
course, yeah, you
roll
can do
it.
that,
Yeah, you
Tokas.
can also roll it.
Okay, let's go.
You can output the thing for me. You may do it in private if you wish.
Yeah, of course. Skibidi bee, biddy
Or
bop.
bop.
Do it in private.
Okay. Let's see. Investigation. Which is super hidden, and I don't think I'm gonna need that. So it's a 25 plus 4 is
Yeah.
a 29.
Damn, I can't.
Yeah, Tokas, you will be able to find like hidden in the like stuck to like the sticky part of the envelope. Whatever not wax, resin has been used to seal the envelope. There's like the tiniest little eyelash in there. It brings good luck if you blow it away.
I gingerly pick it up with a pair of pliers, put it in one of my metal vials. Contained in safe environment.
Uh-huh.
He looks up. Well, let's hope that an eyelash is enough.
Right. Well, I suppose.
Tokas, with your massive brain, you might also wonder if technically scales are like hair.
I was
fucking smart here.
I was thinking earlier. I'm like, maybe scales.
Keratin, you know.
I like hair, but
Horde skills.
But then I
Those are left.
It's like a handful of them. It's pretty small ones.
Okay.
Damn. I was inadvertently smart, but I kept it to myself.
Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get for not speaking up.
Yeah, I know.
It's literally the meme. They don't know that.
Yeah.
They don't know.
They don't know that I'm smart.
Oh damn.
Yeah, Tokas will look at the a little eyelash. He'll look up at Praxis. Came to me just now, but if they're both made of keratin, would you be willing to part with one of those skills? I know they are part of your father's, so you might be attached to them, but they might be able to help Freddy.
You note as he, as you ask him, like he snaps, his attention like snaps back to you. As he was staring at Mara, Mara was staring at him, kind of. He's like, yeah, of course. He also hands over the scales.
No,
He has nothing left.
Yo, can you
give
just
him
hand over all your possessions, please?
Yeah, we need him to fix this
He
curse,
takes the letters
guys.
back.
I'll give him back the
He
letter.
like carefully like folds them all again, and he walks over to a cupboard that has a like a bunch of like very shallow. I'll call them shallow, I guess, not very deep shelves, upon which are all of these little like porcelain plates on you know, like the collectible plates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they're all on top of there, and he like slides them into a drawer.
Well, I suppose all that's left is checking in with your neighbor then, and Praxis, I suppose you you have to decide if you feel like coming with on this little expedition or not.
Yes, of course. Just give me a little time to I suppose, yeah, think this through, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That, of course, you know,
Mhm.
it's not a good idea to come to a rash decision. We'll give you enough time to process all of this information and choose if you want to come or not. Even if you don't, we'll hopefully get Freddy and bring it back to him. Well, him to you. Perhaps a spark of recognition will happen, or maybe he has information about your father that you don't. As far as I remember, he spoke to him not too long ago. Less than a century, I believe.
Yeah. He had a little journal. He didn't really want to show anything from it, which, fair enough. He didn't really know who we were. But when I asked what one of the last dates he had noted down was, he just said that it was close to the turn of the century. So, you know, can't have been that long. Meaning, and he looks at Mara. Meaning, your father can't have, well, died too long ago either, and, well, ended up as he is.
Well, yes, of course. Traxius says as Mars are like, he died.
Excuse me? Excuse me? You know?
There's some sound effect there, Toka.
Yeah, that's a very weird sound effect. Also very loud, for whatever reason.
Also
Or
very
not.
long.
No, I will worry.
I don't know what.
I'll worry. It's okay.
Fret not.
All is well.
I don't
No, it's fine. Okay. You guys want to go and visit
Ollie.
Tully,
Ollie, let's go.
our good
Let's get
friend?
some clock.
Actually, it's not this one. It's this one. Oh, I made the wrong one stop.
No, it's okay. It was Tokas's eldritch burps that made it stop.
Yeah, my apologies. I disrupted the continuum space ripples, and now it stopped.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Where?
To the neighbor's house. Right?
Yep.
Or I'm
Yep.
No.
yeah. No, we're
No,
actually
thanks,
going
I
to
don't
the
think I will.
neighbor's house. To get the
No, I
get the
don't think I will.
clock.
I don't know about
Yes, yes, we are.
So those of you who do go, net not Tokas,
Bye, Tokas.
will only have to just go around. It's not exactly the neighbor, but like he lives practically on the same block. And you will see this quaint little, definitely Burak style, with the white painted walls and the visible dark wooden beams decorating the outside of the place. It has cute little green roof tiles and a completely open shop front. There's not even a door, just an open hole where one can walk directly into a small workshop. There is this like golden retriever, um, similar to a golden retriever type of dog, laying out front having a snooze, and you can see this little sign that reads "The Wondermonger,"
The one. Why does that name sound familiar?
because I just said it 10 minutes ago.
No, no. Outside of that, why does it sound familiar?
I don't know. I don't know why it does sound familiar to you. Regardless, it's only a rather small room that is packed with these strange devices and automatons that are all deactivated, standing on shelves or leaning up against walls, or even just like across the ground itself. There's like a curtain that goes into like a back area, but it soon like ruffles, and a gnome comes
Hey, yo.
waddling out, still wearing his little leather apron and some goggles on his faces, which he takes off, revealing that his actual skin color is a couple shades lighter.
Hmm.
He greets you guys with a little shake of his head.
Tips head hat. Nou, speak nee.
Good afternoon, morning. I think it's morning. Good morning.
Look at the clock. It's 8 in the morning.
Good morning.
It's a little later than 8 in the morning by now, but don't worry about it.
8 in the morning.
8 in the morning.
Good morning.
11 in the morning.
It becomes 11 in the morning all of a sudden. Ah, good morning.
We're here because your neighbor had good things to say about you, madam. It's a woman, right? Before I get this wrong.
It is a man. He's got
Ma'am,
like
good sir.
slightly
Call them,
graying. Madam!
They kill you now.
Ma'am! Ma'am!
We've arrived here because your neighbor had wonderful things to say about you, sir.
He is in fact a man.
Sir, yeah,
Zarius. He's got
sir.
very large, pointed ears. He's got like a couple of like little scars over his right eye, which are quite prominent. And he's got like
Eye or the
almost like
scars?
whitening.
I mean, scars are normal. That's you grow up
Yeah.
with scars. That's normal.
Everyone has scars.
I come
right?
out of a very militaristic background. I know exactly that everyone has scars.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. My
Greetings.
neighbor.
Yes.
Greetings.
Truly, Mr. Draxis here spoke of many of your utilities, and we are here to seek for one in particular.
Ah, good old Draxius. Of course, of course.
To be more detailed, we are looking for a clock that runs backwards.
A clock that runs backwards.
Yes, like a clock, but instead of running forward, it runs backwards. Not on its legs, of course, that would be a different automaton, but simply a different perception of time. Or
So, as you could see in his
conjugating.
eyes, he was definitely thinking about making a contraption that
I
runs
was thinking
backwards
the
on his
same,
legs.
that's why I
He's like, While I think the former would be a lot more interesting, such a device could be made.
I'm
No
afraid that would be a lot more interesting as well, but it might not be what we need. Unless rubs his chin, starts thinking, what if we need a clock that runs backwards?
problem. Why not both?
Why not both?
I can make a clock that runs backwards and runs backwards.
Backwards, yeah, I was about to say. Package 1 in 1. 2 in 1.
Making a clock that runs backward only requires a few small alterations. Can be done. Can be done.
I mean, you could just switch the numbers. Couldn't you? So many things.
No, my dear son, my dear lad, you cannot just. That is not how this works. He says, shaking his finger.
Because shakes his
Well, if
head.
you put
I
12 on
am
the top and
terribly
then-
sorry for my companion here.
No, but if you do 12 on top and then 11, 10, 9,
No, sorry, no.
and it runs back.
It's no. It keeps running in the same direction as it did previously. The numbers are backwards, but the motion of the clock is still the same.
So then you just reverse the gears, right?
You make it sound very simple, but yes, theoretically that's how it works.
Lars, you have no idea of how a clock works.
No, I just know it has gears. It has gears.
You have no clue.
But it sounds logical. If it goes backwards, it goes the opposite way, turn around the gear.
Of course, you
Reverse
just
it.
turn it around, you know,
Yeah,
like you just literally
reverse
take
it.
the gear out and you just flip it 180 degrees and just put it back, and then it'll go backwards,
It's
right?
not like they look like the same. Like if you flip them, right? Like no.
No way.
But such a thing could be arranged, yes.
And that sounds wonderful.
He takes out a little, like a little notepad, and he's like, so, when do you...
Tomorrow.
Preferably within the day.
Oh, within the day! He scribbles some things down on his notepad.
Yeah, bit of a rush job.
Yes, a rush job indeed, That can be arranged.
How much is it gonna set us back?
Nothing too extraordinary. 12 gold pieces, and I can get that to you out by the end of the day.
That sounds wonderful then. Lucas puts down a platinum piece and 2 gold pieces on the counter.
He slides them away. They slide off of the counter, and you hear ka-chink, ka-chink underneath it. Very well then. On the name of...
Tokas
Okay.
on the top, and well, suppose you can write Stargazers if you wish so instead.
Tokas, Molten Top, and the Stargazers. Very well.
Right. Well, we shall be here by tomorrow then.
Preferably before I close.
Preferably, yes, of course. Tips his hat. We should visit you another time then. Thank you for your time. No pun intended.
You see this, like, grin spread across his face? Of course. It was no bother.
And yeah?
Zaris puts 2 gold down. Wait, we're worth 5. Zaris puts 2 gold down and 2 silver.
Where?
On his hand, I guess.
On the floor outside.
Well, he then holds out his hands to the rest of everyone here.
What?
Well, it's 12 gold. Oh, wait.
Did you not see the fact that I just paid the amount?
Then I give you 2 gold, and I need to calculate real quick.
Took us blinks.
4 silver.
I will give you a single silver more than I have to.
Which will fish out
Appreciate it.
the same amount of coinage. Hands him over to Tokas.
2 gold and 4 silver, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Sure. I'll hand over the same.
Vincent
Truly
says
appreciate it.
begrudgingly with the thousands of gold. He's like, 2 gold.
He's
I'm just
You
thinking,
think I'm made of
Vincent,
money?
Vincent's thinking to himself, really? We're doing this over 12 gold? We can't just hand it over and that's it, really?
Vincent, do you not know how much 12 gold is? What the fuck?
That's just very little for us to be splitting it. Like, just Tokas gets this time and then we'll just get it next time. Do you know what I mean?
12 gold is a fortune. What are you talking about? Just because we're mega rich doesn't mean that 12 gold isn't a fortune still.
Well, I mean, comparatively to the people in this city, it's not.
Well, thing is, the people from this city are used to swimming money.
So we're swimming in money. The city's swimming in money. I don't see the point of the overcomplication of 12 gold.
It's not overcomplication. It's devaluation. If you start considering 12 gold, it just
You just said a whole lot of words that I don't understand, Tokas.
Right, I forgot. It's a lot of money for normal people, and we must never forget that our roots come from being normal people. So we are not nobles, and we got lucky that we got a lot of money, but we must never forget the value of every single piece of gold that falls into our pockets.
Very wise, very wise.
Else we turn out like them. You spent 6,000 golds for a single magic item. That was crazy. Anyways.
Couldn't be me. But I'll make sure to keep in mind, Master Tokas, that whenever I am stealing, even if it is a single copper from someone's pocket, that it is worth every penny.
Tokas nods. Of course. Always cherish what you have. And obtain, I suppose, through means of different degrees of lawfulness.
Of course. Should have seen some of the idiots I swindled this week.
Like rich idiots, right? Like stealing from the rich and giving to the poor kind of thing?
Tokas, I'm not an animal. I'm not a creature. Of course I stole from the rich.
Oh, yeah, no, of course, yeah. That would have...
I have morals.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I remember that from the mango incident.
Exactly.
Yeah, you should have definitely seen them. Wait, there's one right there right now.
It's just like, just moves, like hides his face. Oh, wait. You've never seen me.
Swarp within the mango and the coin. Now they were swapped of place.
If that guy with the
Wait.
twiddly beard asks, you've never seen me.
Oh god.
All right. Party.
Horty.
By day's end, you have a clock that runs backwards.
And do we have a Draxis as well? Or
Yeah, and a half dragon who is willing to undertake this expedition reluctantly.
Hey, yo.
reluctantly. Man.
Did we
Does
end
this
up
guy even get like
finding
vacations?
Are we gonna-
the hair of someone?
Yes.
Yeah, instead of I found a single eyelash of what should be frizz in an envelope, but then it came to me with a big brain check that technically scales count as hair for a dragon because scales are made of keratin and a bunch of other stuff, and so do hair. So what technically classifies as hair for non-sentient magic is really weird. And so
Really, they shouldn't. They shouldn't have made the remove curse object so like broad. Like should have made them more specific.
yeah, so they
that's
should have like described the entire chemical composition of a strand of hair on the plate.
No, they should have.
As an intellectual, I would have appreciated that, to be honest.
Can you even read the alchemical formula? The breakdown.
What do you mean? Of course I can.
Being scribed
Yeah,
in
he
DNA code.
says, I could read this magical formula. He says, looking at glucose.
It's a potion of healing.
I mean, I just had a quick think. Are we taking the cards back down to Black Claw? I don't think so, right?
No, that would
No,
just
I don't think
be...
they fit.
Yeah.
And then, Amber, I would like to quickly look for a place for Aurealis to work in the evening.
You want to just leave your deer somewhere to work while you leave?
Well, then, that's I will basically find a halfling because halflings are farmers a lot, right? That's what I remember.
Yeah, there's a lot of farmers who are halflings.
Yeah, I'll bring my best halfling and will basically offer them Aurealis. Where not to keep, but to basically like, I need to go. He can work. I've trained him perfectly to work. He's a great worker. He can earn you more money than you otherwise would have. And that's what I say. And then
Then what?
and then ask them if bring us up a contract. No, I'm kidding. No, basically, essentially ask them for, hey, you have a spot? My cow can work for you. All you need to do is feed him.
Okay,
Please.
pay me.
Sir,
for
this
the
is not a
feed.
cow.
It is a better cow. This is
I-
all halfling, but let's not speak halfling.
it's...
Blow them.
You know what? Okay,
Course.
yeah, let's test the cow worky.
Course, sir.
And then Zari says, "I'm just
Right away.
and then just says in an honest halfling handshake. I don't know what Zarius would know what the customs of halflings are, but Mark doesn't. In a very customary handshake, he's like, you know, if my cow does bad work for the time I'm gone, I'll pay whatever you lost on him. If he does good work, we split the profit. More than if the cow, like if you excluding the cow's cost to feed.
Of the fucking cow ruins 7 years worth of wheat fields, and now Mark is in debt for the rest of his life.
No, Aurealis is well trained.
Become indentured servant. Campaign end for Zarius. I sure hope he's not a horsey.
He's
horsey.
he has a plow. He has the ability to plow with his horns, but he also can
Zarius,
carry a plow.
he's implying that your cow, like he hopes that your cow doesn't eat like a horse.
Nah, it eats like a cow.
Oh man.
But I'll basically send Aurealis to work for him.
All right.
Yeah.
You send your animal to work for his own living.
Yeah, and maybe he can even make this man a profit, and then we can split that profit.
Right.
Go, Aurealis, and then I'll go back and just be like, "Yep, drop my cow off somewhere so he can work."
The rest of your people stay outside of town and camp up.
Yeah, I'll patiently wait.
All right.
I think so.
In that case, you guys will once again descend into Blacklaw Mountain.
Damn.
There's the real-time noises that Vincent will be making as he sees the mountain range appear beyond the horizon as we get closer.
Well, at the very least, we're just going down and come back up again.
Yeah, that's what it always starts off as.
No, we don't have time to get sucked into anything else.
That's also what we usually say.
Well, we don't.
Let's hope not. I have nothing against the place or its people. It's just so blah.
Dark in there.
Just blah, you know?
Well, we have been there for more than 3 months, then away for a few days, and then we're back here again.
Yeah, it felt like we never left at all.
Alright. This adventure is going to be condensed down to a skill challenge. We'll see how well you guys fare. Out of all the things, I don't think Lawrence is going to make. No, he says. What did he say again?
Lawrence is going to preach, of course.
Yeah, he's going to preach,
to the
but I don't
rocks.
think so. Like, I want to. You could say perception to keep a thing out, but my man has to cast Remove Curse, so he's going to make spellcasting ability check.
Oh, like that. I mean, yeah, no, that's fair too.
Which is pretty much the same thing for him, but you know.
Travel.
Yeah, I think it's like almost the same thing for him, but you know, that's life. People life.
Yeah. I'll say
Alright,
hi to
the rest of
Tara and Ninquay as well. But I'd like to do the survival check.
Alright.
To
An
make
unknown
sure
number of successes are required,
to make sure
and
we
no
get-
numbers of failures are required, and that's 3.
That's 3.
Who
Oh my
would
god,
like
I
to
didn't
start?
see the check.
Well,
I
want to go?
didn't see Lawrence's check, but I can go.
No, I haven't rolled for Lawrence's check yet.
We'll roll survival to try and keep us fed. And, you know, make sure that we gather animals on the way to eat. I'll specify to eat the animals. And make sure
Of
that
course.
we don't run into supply troubles, essentially.
Uh-huh. Naturally.
I will re-roll that. 12.
Alright.
I'll click on that. Oh, that's me. I'm back.
Okay, that's a start. I'll go with my check. I was thinking, since I have the map of Blackwall and I have charted the route down to Black Cathedral that we took to go up back to the Enclave, I was thinking a history check to remember the passages and follow the map.
Mm-hmm.
Skibbity-bee, skibbida-pa-pa-pa-pa. I'm gonna use a little feature that is this, if I may.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. And then this is the roll. History. I sigh.
That is a number.
Mm-hmm.
That's the number.
Next.
All right.
I'm back. How much are we failing? Damn.
So like about this about this endeavor.
Well,
Am I not
so-
glad that we didn't do sudden death?
so,
Sudden death might have ended in death here.
someone suggested that Vittorio could maybe use athletics to clear away any potential obstacles. So, yeah, I might go with that.
Sure. Carry people across bridges. Clear obstacles. Man, time for an endurance test, Vittorio.
Okay.
Please make a labor check.
Yeah, sure.
Please run speed.
Okay. Well, I'll do athletics. Do you want strength or athletics con?
Strength.
Okay. Should I?
That's what you're applying here, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the most straightforward thing. Honestly. Do I use an inspiration on this or not?
I'm not saying that you guys aren't doing so well, but
Yeah.
it's not going so hot,
I-
my friends.
No, it's okay. I will use an inspiration on this.
Alright.
We're just like, oh yeah, if you fail, you just kill the kid. Point.
I'm glad we used it.
And
Alright, Lawrence. We'll wait. Vincent!
Yeah, similarly, as suggested, I will also be using stealth to try and help the group. Either if we do come across any nasties, try to pass by without a trace. I would say.
Yeah, please cast Pass Without a Trace, Vincent, thank you.
I'm going to use inspiration for my casting of Pass Without a Trace.
Alright, cool.
Amazing.
That is completely fine. Very good application of your resources.
No.
That
Very
is
good,
a
very good.
20.
Alright.
Oh. I need to reload my foundry, I guess.
Lawrence, make a spellcasting ability check.
Let's go!
Right. Right. He still has a fate point, right?
This trip is doomed, man. Like,
No.
I'm sorry, my beans.
It's okay. He has faith.
Ah!
He's
Alright.
Me for
also
goring all my ports.
is I mean yeah, that's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Also Lawrence can also be determined, I think. I don't know.
True.
Yeah, it could have been.
True.
It
Well,
matters not.
Okay, I reloaded Foundry and I don't see Lawrence's roll. Great.
so, cool. So, Emma,
Yeah.
what I'm hearing is we still need to make another check, and now we're going to spitball.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Yeah. So, Amber, I can't bardic inspiration for these checks, right? Because they're long term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't want this track. Oh
So-
my lord.
I'm going to use my skill in nature to look for signs where there's been clearly more violent, more traffic in terms of wildlife.
Oh, we have to make more? Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not there yet,
Would
guys.
that consist of a nature check? Would that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, guys.
Hmm.
I don't want to say I don't have fate left, but
I don't want to say you're 3 for 2, but
Yeah, I was gonna ask, could I assist with my background feature? It's technically for, survival and looking for tracks, but I feel it could be applied here, since that is what Zarius is doing, just in another way.
okay.
Yeah.
So could he help?
Yeah, you're just gonna make the next check then. Because you're
Uh,
helping Zarius here.
that is fair.
Yeah. All right. Let's go, guys.
My
Alright.
balls sweat.
No, I don't want to concern you, but there's one more check to be made.
Uh-huh.
And then we're
And
done.
I make
It will
a-
determine your success or your failure.
Correct. Can I advocate for a check of the investigative nature as we take breaks along the journey and I go over the map repeatedly, search for new routes where old routes might not be available,
That's clever.
try to find a way maybe around dangers that we might not have discovered before when we went upwards. Now that we're going back to Freddy, and try to spot exactly in the huge bundles of maps where the location that we have to reach is.
I mean, yeah, it's Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's a Freddy's.
Five Nights to Freddy's. Sure.
Freddy, man. Can I portent these rolls? I forgot to ask.
You essentially can.
I ask the Bamber.
I don't think you can portent these rolls because we're condensing 5 days down.
Never mind. Okay.
I mean, with
Uh,
investigation, is there anyone that could maybe help?
No, it's okay. I'll use my inspiration.
Okay.
And roll out
How
advantage.
inspiring.
I don't want to say
Yeah.
we're banking on you, Gabe, but we're banking on
Oh
you,
my
Gabe.
fucking god. I not.
Oh, no.
How?
Okay.
How?
Don't scare us like that, please.
Oh, that's so many nat ones. Holy shit.
Surely, game one.
I don't want to say you guys suck, but
Whoa.
you guys suck at suck against the odds.
I mean, Amber, so basically what's happening is that we're probably just having to avoid a bunch of
fair.
a bunch of bad things. Be that, I don't know, fucking Yolon's dudes if they even
That's fucking comes down from the ceiling and devours us, and then
Not
poof,
only
on
do
the
you
other
have to
end of the mountain.
contend with the trouble that Yolon has instigated. He's not the only one, by the way. He's not the only one that's back.
What do you mean?
He's not the only one that's
What do
back.
you
We don't have
mean?
to worry about. It is a problem of other people now. Not only do you have to contend with that, but the way down is cumbersome, to say the least. Finding food is difficult, and there are a couple nights where you guys have to go hungry because Zari simply cannot find food, or maybe he just didn't give you the food. You know, like
He probably ate it himself, the greedy bastard.
Whoa,
Yeah.
no, no.
himself.
Whoa, no. Animals are not money. Animals are not money. That's very different.
Yeah, I just want to own them. Like it's not a money thing, guys. It's just like an ownership thing. Anyway,
One night we fireball Zarus and all those animals at once, so we roast them.
now Toka is also struggling a little bit to make sense of all of the maps and combine them with the maps that are in your map pack. Thankfully, the way down is pretty straightforward. You know, like most of the tunnels eventually loop back in on onto other ones and grant you a way down into the below. There is some time that you guys spend pretty much going into a circle, but you manage to catch up regardless. Zarius manages to navigate you guys alongside Vittorio around some pretty dangerous encounters, including whatever the creature is that you've heard multiple times that has been baying like a wolf but is definitely not a wolf. That seems to be hot on your heels for nearly 4 days straight,
Oh boy.
though it never either finds you or appears before you directly.
That's good.
It's fine. They never saw us because I'm so stealthy.
He's so stealthy.
Yeah,
Vincent
true.
literally packs you all up in camouflage like tinfoil.
Yep,
And like you turn into a rock, and like nobody can find you anymore.
Yep.
And so halfway into the journey, you find Freddy slumbering in his little. In it. Why did the music stop? I hate it when it does that.
Still?
There we go. No, it was not going anymore.
Oh.
It stopped. It's because you reloaded that the track started again, but.
Oh, right.
You find Freddy slumbering in his little coffin. By this time, it has been almost it's day 5 essentially. You know, like it's the early hours of day 5 when you arrive there, and Lawrence casts Remove Curse using all of the components that you guys have put together. For a moment, it looks like the magic does not take.
Well,
And then all of the components ignite.
Oh.
In a flame blue as the skies, every component crumbles to dust. Mara does, unfortunately. Only a feather.
Okay, that's good.
Mara crumbles to dust. We gotta explain this to Lawrence.
What? Oopsie. But by now, Mara has grown like like when birds begin to grow feathers, they get these tiny little like quills like a porcupine. Yeah, Mara's covered in like quills like a porcupine.
You know, for a second, I thought you were going to say, well, Mara has grown in size. I'm like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Mara is a little bigger than before, but not that much bigger, so it's not noticeable. Don't worry about it.
she's grown into a little dragon.
So cute. Anyway, Mara has quills now. Like deadass covered in them. And you guys cast Remove Curse upon Freddy. The components scatter to dust in a wind that cannot blow down below here, and they coat Freddy's tiny form, foaming as they eat away at his curse. Scales flake off of him, and his tiny, bulgy eyes open with like a confused expression. Oh. Hello.
Hello, Freddy.
Hi. Come to get you back.
We said we'd be back.
When is it?
It's been 300 years, Freddy, but we made it finally.
It has specifically not been 300 years. Perhaps a couple of months.
Oh,
Freddy
yeah, my
clutches his book closer to his chest.
I miscounted a couple of days. I'll smile.
More
You're
like
not that
a couple of
smart,
100
Freddy. Don't worry.
years.
Vincent's not that smart, Freddy. Don't worry about
He's right, you know.
It's okay. It's not been that long. And we've also brought someone else. Lucas points at the half dragon.
Freddy looks up at Draxius with like large eyes. Is that you? Who is this?
Well, his name is Draxius, and we have reason to believe that he is one of your brothers-in-law, perhaps?
Freddy looks at Draxius. Draxius looks at Freddy, and then Draxius like crouches by the side of the well, we'll just call it a bed. It looks like a coffin, but
Bed.
you know, bed. And he like reaches out one of his large hands. Freddy takes it with the little shake. I'm Freddy. Draxius introduces himself as well.
What does he say, Amber? What does he say?
He says, Gabe, I'm going to need you to get all the way off my back.
Later.
this-
What does he say, though? How does he introduce himself? I wanna know.
He introduces himself. He says, shut the fuck.
Like I'm not feeling immersed right now in the game. I just wanna know what he says.
Server mute you for a second so I can exist.
Draxus pulls out a Glock and shoots Tokas.
It's a horrible introduction.
No,
Doesn't say anything about
Rocks
your
fall
name.
and Tokas dies.
Yeah, no, just literally a lasgun materializes right in the air and Toke stares at it.
It is
in
evident that
amazement.
Draxus doesn't want to like. He's not really sure either. He's definitely reconciled with all of the information in these past few days during your travel, and he's even tried to have some conversations with Mara, which is not very easy because Mara can only speak things that Mara has heard before, you know.
Oh, well. I guess
But
I'll
they
tell
do their
you-
best.
Yeah, this is your family. At least based on my guess.
That is something that I am still learning about, Draxius says. But I am from near this place. To think actually that we were in no more than a couple hours apart this entire time. I'm a jeweler. I collect plates. I like jokes.
Oh, well, also maybe good information. There's a huge time gap between you two. So how long was it ago? Again?
I am
Well,
over 2 centuries old.
yes.
Okay, wow. 2 centuries. About, okay. Well, while I think a reunion is nice, maybe we should get back, seeing as this... Well, this specifically is a pretty safe place, but it's a 5-day back. Have a 10-day back.
Yeah. You ready to go for a little walk, Freddy? Back up to the outside.
Freddy stretches his little arms and legs. I've not walked in some time.
Oh.
I'm a little eepy.
Well, we got a surprise for you. We got a couple of days to walk to go, buddy.
Yeah. Do you want to be carried?
He contemplates for a moment. Okay.
Darius kind of kneels down. He's like,
Freddy looks around at his little baby, I guess gathers whatever things he still has, the pearl, the little beads that he has with the swirling color in it, which is definitely liquid aether, guys, but that's life.
Doesn't he also have an armor or something?
yeah, he has some stuff that Darius wasn't allowed to steal.
The armor is literally the armor Vincent is wearing.
Yeah.
But he did say we would
It was
keep
okay.
it. It was okay. We could keep it.
It's alright. And you'll try to pack them up, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll pop him out.
It's the tiniest little satchel to put on. He straightens his tiny coat.
No.
And he lifts his hands as if he wants to be picked up.
Well, Darius is kneeling down for him to go onto his back because it's easier to carry someone that way.
He
He tries to climb on your back.
He wants uppies.
Uppies.
Yeah, this is okay, so normally I don't allow anyone this, but if you need to hold on, grab onto the horns. They're thick and strong, so it's easier to hold on to if you need to. Okay?
Just like Papa.
Be careful, though. He's amassing a horde of creatures that he can subdue to his will.
What? I
What?
have a
Just like
fish.
Papa.
You want to see my fish?
Yeah.
I show him the fish. That's from 2 meters away from me.
I was about to say, I have those too.
You think this might be your fish?
Oh. That's nice.
You want it back?
No, now we can see the rest
Okay, come on. Let's go.
outside. I've never been outside.
Well, it's very bright. You're gonna have to adjust a little bit. Vincent here, last time he went outside, he fell on the ground, touching the green on the floor, rolling in it.
It's the best place on Earth, Freddy. Outside of this place, there's skies, and wind, and grass, and dirt. Oh, I'm tearing up just thinking about it.
There's grass and dirt here too, Vincent.
No, there isn't, Arius. It's all rocks and grey.
No, I'm pretty sure there's dirt and grass.
It's fake. It's all a lie. It's not the same, Freddy, trust me.
All you're gonna be able to see. Now you have your big brother to protect you. Well, small brother? Charge things for a bit.
Technically, big.
Technically, is it big? He's older. Is Freddy older or younger?
No, Drax is almost 2 centuries old.
Yeah, Draxus is almost 2 centuries old, and Freddy... I mean, he looks to be very young, and...
He's 7.
Yeah, he's 7, and the last, around... the last date in his journal was somewhere before the turn of the 9th century. So, he's been asleep for, I don't know, 30 plus years.
Eepy. Sleeping
Yeah,
beauty.
that's awesome.
Eeping beauty.
That's okay. Then we're gonna go back 5 days.
You guys begin to travel 5 days back up. And somehow those 5 days go a little easier because Toka suddenly knows how to navigate again.
Why are you adding me like that?
Unfortunately, what makes it slightly harder is that Draxus insists on pulling out every single dad joke. Like on the way down, he seems to have been too constipated, but like now all the stops are out, like every single dad joke under the heavens is being cracked, and now Mara's also joining in on them. And Freddy's trying to make the jokes, but he doesn't seem to get the concept of dad jokes very well, and so the punchline just never really delivers the way it should. But Draxius laughs anyway. And now Mara laughs like Draxius because new laugh acquired.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
By the end of the journey, you emerge into the day again. It is evening, and the stars shine above your heads. Almost like being in a giant cavern full of little glowworms or will-o-wisps.
Oh, I remember that.
Damn. She tricked us. We're actually not outside.
Never left.
Mm.
Let's see. There we go. Actually, no, it's this one.
Where's our victory music?
Your victory music is quiet and peaceful. Seeing the night sky for the first time and probably ever. Has even the excitable Freddy, who has talked to you about a whole bunch of things, including all of the traps he's made. He's learned to make, as well as some facts about his dad. Is finally quiet after 5 days of talking. As he stares up in wonderment at, I guess, the beauty of the outside world and that strange feeling of so much wind upon his body. Maybe even a slight bit of light summer rain.
Nice.
I don't think it's so bright out here.
Is it day or
Says-
night?
It's
Nice.
like night,
Yeah.
like stars out.
Well, this is the darkest it can be here. It's going to be a lot brighter.
What makes it brighter?
It is called the sun. It is a big glowing object in the sky.
Oh, I know the suns. I seen them in my book.
Mhm.
They make
Wow.
everything bright.
Well, you're
Mhm.
gonna see it in real life.
He looks down at his book. He looks up at you. Okay.
From one little bit of dragon to another, you're gonna have a great time here. We're gonna make sure you're gonna be able to keep having a great time here.
I don't even know what to do yet.
Well, you've got your brother to help you figure that out.
Hmm. I'm sure. Sure, he'd be interested to get to know a little bit more about you and maybe about your father. And Yeah, I'm sure you two will be able to do some interesting things together. Isn't that right? Looks at.
Freddy blinks with his large eyes. Draxi is nodding.
Hmm.
Mara squawks a, Daddy loves you,
Aww.
and all is well in the world.
So, where's
For at
our
least
money?
5 minutes. And being under such a beautiful night sky, out of the mountain, safely and all together, Mara is ready
Oh.
to complete her transformation.
What is she turning into? Porcupine?
No! What the hell?
Dragon?
Into a pseudo dragon.
Shaking off the last of the little quills. They crumble apart and sort of like flitter away like snow. Mara completes her transformation into a raven of good omen.
Wow! Oh, look at her! I'm sure we could sell her for a lot of money. No, I'm kidding.
Let's go!
Yeah, you're good, sure.
Can you post that in Foundry as well, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Bless.
So fluffy, so feather. Now party. You're Pidgey.
No, Pidgey.
No, this is Pidgeot. This is the final stage of the evolution.
No, it's more like Talo and Swellow. That's like
Yeah.
it's only a 2-stage evolution game.
It's a 2-stage, or like the middle evolution
Like,
is
this
like the
was supposed to
awkward
be a
middle
joke,
child.
like not a nerd out about like Pokemon evolution.
Alright, you don't have to
Yeah,
be so
guys.
mean. What the hell? Who the fuck do you think you are talking to,
Yeah.
nerd?
Destroyed, annihilated.
Oh yeah, you're so good. Alright, I don't want to play D&D anymore. I'm sorry. I'm such a nerd. Like, I feel embarrassed now.
Disgusting.
Embarrassed.
Look what you've done, Gabe. Look what you've done.
Now I am the master.
Correct.
Anyways, everyone gets a free artifact items. Next session. Let's go.
Everyone
Okay,
gets
good luck
a
with the
free,
campaign,
a free
bozo.
fate.
Bozo even there.
Yeah.
I think the next thing on our list is leave Graffinum. I don't think we have anything else to go. To do in Graffinum right now.
Yeah, well, I have one thing to do in Graffendam real quick.
Murder Zarius. Make him disappear
What?
immediately.
No, I'm not gonna murder myself, excuse you.
Goodbye, Zarius. You're gone.
Why,
is it that you
why
have
are
to
you
do?
so mean to me?
What is it that you have to do?
Okay, here it comes. Borealis did a fantastic job! Good job, Borealis! I'm proud of you!
My man earned his food and he didn't destroy the crops. Good job, Aurealis.
Good job, Borealis. I come back, pick up my cow, ask how it went. Ask if Borealis did a good job.
No, fucked everything up. The halfling lies and asks you for 1 million money.
Definitely a horsey, but good. Not bad. Not bad.
Like, and as token, I give him a gold piece.
Aurealis?
No, the halfling.
So you still paid. You still paid the.
I pay, no, it's a 10-day. Otherwise, I would have paid 10 gold.
It's true.
I'm giving him a gold as a thank you for hosting my cow. Like, nice thing.
He takes the gold piece, he's like... Folks like you can come back anytime.
Zarya's smile.
Any
is
tie,
like,
any tie. There we go. Any tie.
I just say every. Means every time.
Nope. He pats his belly.
Take Orialis back, and I'm just saying, you're gonna be treated. You did fantastic, Orialis. And then I'm gonna go join the party. Yeah,
Borealis
indeed.
briefly. Actually, I don't know if he can like light up. I don't think he has moss right now. So sad. He doesn't have moss. Can he even light
sad.
up? I don't know. Whatever. He just moves like a reindeer, not like a cow.
Good job. And then I'll leave.
All right, Purity. After the one shot, we can discuss what exactly becomes of the whole
Rogue.
dragon family situation.
Oh, yeah, that as well.
Makes sense. I need to go buy my supplies before we leave Grafendom. Well, we'll tackle that on a later date.
Should also do that, yes, because we have no idea how that's gonna work.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put a placeholder of purchase supplies,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can finally get our carts, which we haven't gotten yet.
Correct.
If he's going to go shopping, I would also like to try and find a book that tells me what constellations are and exist.
Ayo.
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 So, anyways, I got the perfect book for you.
Yeah, if
Is
you
that
want,
a library?
you can buy a book on constellations.
Yes, please.
Go to the purple bookworm. It's right there.
The purple
Yes,
bookworm.
please. Ooh.
A very nice bookstore.
Do. Let's see. You can buy a book. What sort of book are like? Are we talking like you pick the nicest looking book that's on this shelf, or do you want any kind of book about like astrology or
I would
about
ask
astronomy?
whoever is present that could he point me in the direction of a book that tells me what constellations exist and their meanings, or how to find them, or which ones to look out for in the sky, or stuff like that. Just a book on stars that have been recorded and named, if that's even a thing. I'm assuming so.
Uh-huh. The individual in question is a purple tiefling with little like gold caps on the end of his curly horns. Would you say you're a little bit of a star seeker?
Stargazer, some would even say. Yeah, I suppose you could say that I've recently taken up an interest in stars. And supposedly there's, like, stories behind them and meanings to them. So I thought that'd be pretty interesting to find out more. I mean, this is just the beginning of my adventure in all of this. There's so many of them out there, and they're so vast in all that space. It seems interesting. So I want to know what I'm looking at.
He nods. That same wonderment that you feel when you look up at the sky. So many have felt thousands of years ago, and they will still do that when both you and I are long gone. And with that come hundreds of interpretations of stars and their meanings and their stories.
Oh,
I can find you a book or two.
Yeah, that would be great. So there's not just a one size fits all. I guess that makes sense. Neil scratched at his head. Yeah, I guess people from different places would name things differently. I guess that does make sense.
I think that is the beautiful thing about stars, he says as as his hand like glides over one of the dozens of bookshelves and pulls out a book with a blue cover that is like speckled in it almost looks like it's been speckled in dust, but it's actually been like inlaid with a little bit of like silver. I think that's the beautiful thing about stars. Perhaps one day you too will find your own meaning for them.
See, almost like a big smile of like, damn, I can do that. Like he's genuinely like, yeah, maybe
Who's
I
going
can.
to stop you?
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
But until that time, it doesn't hurt to get a little bit of inspiration. He says, placing the book in your hand.
I'll take it and kind of look it over. Oh, I mean, so this will give me and naively he will say, everything I need to know for stars? I suppose a start.
It's a start, he says with a small smile.
See, I want a big adventure to get my own telescope. But that'll be my next step.
Are you?
First, I should probably at least think about what I'm actually looking at before I start looking at it, I suppose.
Once you complete that adventure, I should like to hear about it. I'm somewhat of a collector of tales.
Oh, really? Oh, God. I'm sure I could know a few people that could tell you a couple. Yeah, I mean, that sounds good. I'll say with an honest smile and kind of clutch at the book. How much do I need to give you for this?
Ronsteer, like, looks you up and down. For this one, 20 gold pieces.
Sounds good. Sold. And I'll give him 2 of my platinum.
He takes the money and, like, just, like, keeps it in his hand for the time being. I hope that you find what you're looking for. Out there.
I think I'm looking for something that doesn't really have an end for what it's looking for. But I hope that I find it as well. Whatever
All
it
the
is.
more beautiful and intriguing.
I hope so.
You certainly have me interested now in that tale.
Well, maybe I'll return here in a couple of years. Maybe I will have found my own star, if that's a thing that I can do.
There's so many of them. I'm
Well,
certain there's one out there that no one has laid their eyes upon yet.
You can see a twinkle of childish inspiration. Wow, star that hasn't even been seen yet.
Just waiting to be found by you.
I guess I have no time to waste then. And he'll put the book in his bag. I'm Vincent, by the way.
He extends a hand. Like he'll shake yours. Grunsteer Falconer.
Thank you for this. I'll tap at the bag. And hopefully I'll see you at some point to tell you about a new star that I found. And maybe I'll even have my own telescope then.
He gives you like a kind smile, one where like his eye corners crinkle, showing that he's got a couple of decades behind him at least. Don't forget about a little purple bookworm when you do.
I sure won't. No. turn away and wave him off as I leave.
He returns to his chair with his cup of tea, sits down to read a book.
Step 1 accomplished of my side quest. Let's go!
Ooh.
That's me.
All of you, yes?
Oh no, I was just gonna point out that damn, he's a tail chaser because he wanted to hear tales.
Yeah, he's a TaleChaser. Damn, do you think that rounds here is my self-insert?
No, you have plenty of those already. It's okay.
Damn, you could tone it down a little bit, like the sass. Like, what the hell? Why are you coming at my throat? Like,
I didn't even mean it like that. Jesus Christ.
I've just been like, end it here.
No.
Anyway, before like absolute murder took place outside of the murder mystery, you guys can pick up your carts, your carriages, your wagons. They are already like decorated in the various fashions that you want them to, at least in terms of like how you wanted like your shelving units and whatnot. But the insides are still barren, with a little bit of inspiration and a little bit of creativity. You can probably already envision what they might one day look like. But for the time being, it's like a fresh page from a book.
Very nice. I will put everything from my little backpack and into there already because I have way too much shit.
That is very fair.
You would like to? You may also share art. I don't know if anyone kept theirs a secret or something, but
I've already shared it.
Me trying to remember where we put the art of our wagon.
Been lost to the ages.
Did I save this?
I don't know. Something happened to Gabe.
Gabe has perished. Oh, I found it.
Wagons.
I'll strap Borealis in front of it, and this is the cart.
Bless. 2-story house cart.
Yeah. Well, the bed is actually in the second story.
You can post it in Foundry too. You guys should be able to post images there.
Indeed. I am trying to. Brandon, did we deadass not save the image?
He says as though they have a shared space, like
Yeah.
There you go.
a shared like saving place.
Let's see.
Appears to be the case. I mean, you did eventually post one that we ended up being happy with.
I think so.
You can just use the search function to look for.
Try.
Oh, that's fine. It's no big deal.
I could have sworn. Damn, my PC not almost overheating as well. Haha.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. I can't actually properly search right now because streamer mode is enabled.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Fair. We can share it next time.
Exactly.
Put everything.
You guys have one of the bigger carts, so it's fine.
Yeah. It's a nice little fucking a small ballista mounted on top of it. So
Mhm.
When the descriptive word "nice little" is used for ballista.
yeah,
So cute, and next to it's gonna be a telescope.
Yes.
hell yeah.
In time.
Can you cast? Imagine casting using the telescope as like an enhancement ray to cast guiding bolt over a distance of 2 kilometers.
Hell yeah.
Pew.
It's okay. It's a magically powered sniper rifle.
Vincent seeing people use his telescope as a weapon. No!
It's okay, if we mount it on top of the ballista, then no, I'm
You
kidding. I'm
barbarians.
kidding.
You fucking barbarians.
What do you mean, barbarians? I'm a bard. I know the very big.
Can't use my
Barbarian.
telescope for weaponry.
Well, if that's what you think, you picked the wrong person to bunk with.
Whoa!
He
whoa.
respects my space.
Whoa!
Greetings, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
All right. Loading all of your goods and your people into your carriages. It's time to say goodbye to the space. It's part of the world. In a way.
I graph it down.
Goodbye to the high
Grafendam.
altitude of Grafendam. And oh man, yeah, you know, it's fine. Crossing over the basin first and seeing in the distance the sea drakes cresting over the waves, descending down the giant sluice with the boat, and gently sailing away from even Unterdam. You guys can continue on foot shortly after arriving down at ground level again. You are truly a caravan now.
Hey.
Whoop whoop. Caravan time.
Caravan time.
Caravan time. Let's go to Altenheim. Oh wait, before we go to Altenheim, I buy new rider supplies because I used the last one.
You
Alright.
what?
Writer supplies.
God damn, look at this guy having to write.
You can
Such
write.
a writer.
I can write during travel, so yeah, I have to buy that shit.
Damn. Who's riding your horse?
It's on a cart, and Gilbert can do it.
Oh, nice. So you fuck up his reputation and you put him on a saddle for 8 hours.
Jesus
Gilbert
Christ.
doesn't know how
No.
to steer this thing. What?
Yeah, and I do. Just follow
Land
the
vehicle
rest.
proficiency. Neither of you have it.
No, I was gonna say neither of us have
If
it.
anything happens, it's just doomed. All right. You know what this means? Travel sequence.
Woo!
Hey, yo.
Beep, 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 beep. I'll send out some sendings in the meantime. There we
Time
go.
to spend the entire time trying to
Hey, go
read.
send to my mom.
Nope,
Why not?
I don't know her.
That's true. He doesn't know your mom.
I'd be
What was
worried
that,
if I
Vincent?
could send your mom. That's a
I
pretty
shall
worry.
spend the entire time reading my book.
All right.
Awesome. Oh, Amber, I have a
You
question.
begin a new yes.
Do we, do Vincent and I get a soul point from freeing Freddy?
A soul
Oh, what?
point?
A soul point?
Is it called soul point? What is it called?
You
Do you
mean
want a
dark
soul point?
power thing?
Yeah, the ancestral points. There you go. I think it's called ancestral points.
Oh, you want an ancestral point even?
I was wondering, just
Damn.
casually asking, just looking at
Damn,
the
you
feet.
and Vincent want an ancestral point from
Whoa,
me
wait.
for
It's
freeing the little dragon rat
casually
man.
casually looking through the list of requirements to gain more points, just like
Mm-hmm.
looking through it.
Hmm.
Sure, on the 19th of Harvesttide, you guys may gain 1 soul point.
Oh, let's go.
Damn. I
That
guess
is
don't ask, you don't receive, I guess.
yeah, pretty much.
And you know what the beautiful thing is?
No.
That evening, that beautiful evening on the 19th of Harvesttide,
Mhm.
if you summon that mansion,
What?
that evening is a very special day, you see. Because this day, not for Tokas, unfortunately, is a day that the Stargazers first came together. It is the 1 year in-game anniversary.
Yeah.
Yo, everybody
Wow.
getting to the fun house.
Now let me tell
It
you
is
about the things
also
I bought for
Delphine's
it.
birthday.
Yeah, it is
is.
Delphine's birthday.
It is indeed.
We're gonna have such a party, and like half of the party's like, what?
What?
Part of my gift for Delphine will be to open the mansion up so she can enjoy her most favorite room in the world for 24 hours.
For 24 hours.
As much as I can, yeah. Do my best here.
If you enter this mansion with like all the people,
Mm-hmm.
I think by now, I think it gets a second floor on top because there's not enough
That's
space.
so cool. Yeah. We need to put the tokens of everyone we have in our caravan down on the canvas. We're missing Jace and Gilbert.
Yeah, where's Gilbert's token number?
Gilbert's gonna need a token. Look, I had anticipated Gilbert would go anywhere, so
Now
Yeah.
he's part of
But
our
I
Like,
feel
group.
like
let's
he probably
go.
looks like an anime character. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's exactly what I am.
Sari has just abducted Gilbert. It's like, damn.
Mm-hmm. Literally. Like, I kind of imagine. Oh my god, what this first image I find literally looked just like him. I kind of imagine something like this with like older,
It's Naruto.
Oh yeah, no,
It's Naruto.
that's fair. It's
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that looks like Gilbert.
fancy looking man from Alton Time.
Nobody knows what Gilbert looks like. Yeah, that looks like Gilbert.
I still like Gilbert. Oh,
Yeah.
I
Also,
love Gilbert.
this is a butler.
That's so Gilbert.
Oh, that
So
does look like Gilbert. Yeah, so
It
It
Gilbert.
just looks just like him.
Even more
So
Gilbert.
like exactly
So
how I
for real,
remembered
for
him.
real.
Hasn't even aged 1
Absolute
minute.
Gilbert moment.
What a
Gilbert
Gilbert guy.
moment.
That really is Gilbert in all those of his Gilbertness. You know?
Whoa, Gilbert, put it back!
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
whoa,
whoa,
Amber.
Whoa, whoa,
Amber, what the
Oh
fuck?
whoa!
Gilbert, I'm not interested in you
Whoa.
like that.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh yeah. He's just being shy. Don't worry about it, Gilbert. Don't worry about it. Bless you.
Pardon me.
You are pardoned.
I didn't mean to begin choking like that.
That's
That's
fair.
okay. No one does.
Mhm.
But yeah. So Tokas opened the portal.
The mansion.
Main
Get to the
thing.
funhouse, guys.
Okay. Then I guess when Togas does that, Victoria was in the midst of like I want to say how do I what's the best way of putting this? He was in the midst of conspiring with Ilmare. I think that's the best way to put it. And then he's like, "Oh, wait, what?"
Turns around with book in hand.
Yeah,
So today is a very special day, right?
yeah, it is.
And I decided that maybe it's a good enough day to have some relaxing time before some more perils ahead of us.
You can just open that whenever you'd like, or
No, I wish that was the truth, but sadly it's not the case.
The book
Every now
definitely
and
thought it was a good day.
all right. Well, yeah, it is a special day today. It's well, for one, it's this is Delphine's birthday, and number two, it's at the very least the day that me, Lawrence, and Zarius, well, and Delphine, kind of came together for the first time. So
Well, I guess we can celebrate.
yeah, he's like, it turns around to Ilmare. Yeah, I maybe got some help from Ilmare to get a bunch of booze, and I brought with some food and other things from the bakery.
Oh, well, that is truly great. Tugus looks inside the mansion. I'm not sure if this is supposed to work, but we'll see inside. I guess it's time for a double celebration then.
Yeah. Well, let's start loading things in.
Yeah. Tugus will open the portal up, and it will head inside. Remember, since this is a magnificent mansion, and I technically have understood the facets of the spell, can I get the staff of invisible people to help us set up a little feast in the middle of the foyer to have some party up?
You try to look for a staff of invisible people. You've only seen a butler so far.
Guess I'll ask the butler if there's other butlers around.
Can he even talk? I don't think he can talk. He can talk, but he makes like
I'll ask him like yes or no questions. Like
he
are
like
there other
gives you
butlers?
makes like a motion for you, like if there is like if you need more than just like him, or like if there's something you need.
Yeah, Tukus will express his need to set up a party ambience, you know, like put some tables down, some chairs, get some nice lights, some nice mood lights, you know, around. Ask them if they got any like food or water or like drinks.
Butler, silent as he is, makes a motion with his hand as he moves aside with his platter, because he already was standing at the door with like a platter of like cups of tea. And you can hear like a soft rattling sound from upstairs.
Blink.
And then there is a skrrt sound coming down, like you could hear it like above your heads, as though something is like rattling against polished wood. And then you see sliding down the spiral staircases that are like in the center of the thing. You see these tiny little things like sliding down. Tokas, you see all the little like wind up like rats that you made in your room are like scooting about with things.
My little ratties.
Yes.
Four
around.
rats carrying the legs of a chair on their backs like slide
Oh, that's so
past.
cute.
Looks to the side.
Okay.
Yes,
Can he bring a harp?
I can ask. I'm not sure how many rats I would need to bring a harp. Is there a harp in this estate, perhaps? Sorry if we're asking a lot. I look at the butler.
Like an unseen servant thinking, wow, the previous tenant wasn't this demanding.
I know there's a harp in my room, but I just don't know if I can take it out.
The butler thinking, "Wow, I can't wait until you become the previous tenant."
The butler silently like clicks their clothed fingers, which is the only part of it that you can see because they're wearing the gloves, and like you know, they don't have a head, they don't have a wrist, but like you can see the glove at least, and you can see like the suit. It like snaps his fingers, and like a million rats come out of a room with the harp.
Okay.
Lucas looks at the harp and the rats. Looks at Zarius.
It's literally like a torrent of rats.
Where
Okay, nice.
all these rats come from?
Because if we're doing the thing for Delphine, I can play Happy Birthday on it.
That sounds wonderful. Is anyone troubled about the huge amount of rats coming out of nowhere?
No,
Hmm.
obviously not. Sorry, it looks at you.
I guess so. I don't remember having built so many. Huh.
Maybe they multiplied. Who knows?
I don't remember them tending to do that. Anyways, yes, yeah, of course. Let's get everyone inside and seated down. Then we can begin this party.
What the fuck?
I tried to
Look,
find the, like in Pirates of the Caribbean, I think 3 or something.
a crab, yeah.
Where they
Yeah,
carry
where the
ship?
crabs are like carrying the ship on their back.
Yep.
But I couldn't find that gif. Very sad.
I see.
Delphine is 15 today.
Oh,
Okay, what's
bless her.
15? Very well.
We need a cake with 15 candles on it.
Sadly I didn't get a
Toga
cake.
says to the butler.
Oh.
It's okay. I can ask him for a cake with 15 candles later throughout the party, so we can do a little bit of a surprise. I'll like ask Victoria to help me carry the cake.
Right.
I'll cast. What is the magic spell called?
Fireball.
Yeah, Fireball on Delphine. No, I'll cast Illusory Instrument.
Oh, fuck.
Can you bring a harp? All these rats straining for their life to bring a harp. Zarius casts illusory instrument to make a harp.
No, I make a cello that plays Happy Birthday while I play it on the harp.
Oh, I'm dying.
Alright. You guys can set up this cute little party if you would like. It's not gonna take a whole lot. This mansion doesn't have like unlimited options, but in terms of like mundane things.
Nice.
I want the +3 legendary Vorpal cake. You eat it, your head explodes. Goodbye.
Yep.
What
No
about
problem whatsoever.
what about a bounty
problem.
castle?
Nope. What?
No, this is a joke. He's joke. Don't
Okay.
hate me.
It's joke.
It's joke. It is okay.
And so begins your party.
Party.
With suddenly a lot more Stargazer links than before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We doubled up.
Doubled up indeed. Oh, I gotta move Jace as well now.
You
Where
gotta
are you,
go.
Jace?
You gotta get the good old Gilbert as well.
Yeah, I just made a sheet for Gilbert.
Oh,
Realize that I have no choice.
Yeah, no
Don't have
choice.
any choice anymore.
Etharis kidnapped him in osmosis.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I absorbed him, so now I have the skill in the vial field.
Oh, I forgot about this image. I'll put it in there.
Oh.
I can't believe the image is called that.
What's it called, Amber?
Domestic.
Violence.
Whoa. Whoa.
What? What?
For those of you that want to know how it sounds, let's go.
Oh, I forgot about this.
She forgore about it.
I forgore for sure.
Frogore.
Forgore for sure.
Shrogdor.
Literally.
You Shrogdor. Damn. Tough thing, man. Tough thing.
Mm-hmm. Here you go on the map. Here.
Oh, we have 1 Stargazer.
1 Stargazer, 2 Stargazer. Why is he grappled? What?
3 Stargazer.
3 Stargazer, 4 Stargazer.
Whoa.
Do we have one that's... Look at him, so happy. Baron happily. Here's Gilbert without a picture. he's Mystery Man Gilbert.
Damn.
No.
Ah, so very
Gilbert!
cute.
I'll hang out with him. Alright, let's go.
Oh, sweet beans. Hmm. I'm contemplating if we should handle some of this stuff next time when Lawrence is also here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Have a nice little party, and then
Cute little party.
we yeah, and then we time travel, I suppose.
Oh, you time travel. You know what I can show you? You can show your sneak peek. You want to see what Landhaus looks like?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I would love to see what Landhouse looks
Yeah,
like.
you guys will get there. Let me double check.
Oh, that's also important,
I
because
think
then I
it's
need to write down the
like,
days.
It's like what, 3-4 days of travel?
Yeah, it will take you 3 or 4 days with your caravan.
Yeah.
Let me show you. Should we show you? We're still gonna have to roll for see if there's encounters on the
Yeah,
way
yeah.
there, but I can at least show you what it looks like before next session.
Hey!
Oh, that looks awesome!
That's really good.
Damn. That
Cute
looks.
little town.
That looks
Thanks,
phenomenal.
Here's
artist
poor
who
people.
made this.
Ew.
Ew,
Here.
poor-
Look. Guess what they have here, guys? Guess what they have here? At these strange little drawbridges
Skydiving.
under the
Airships.
water.
Airships.
Skydiving. Let's go.
Almost. Both of you, almost.
I mean, griffins?
Fuck
Bungee
yes, they have
jumping.
griffins.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's. Yo, I want
Okay,
to.
so
I want to tame one.
So we sell our cart and we buy some griffins.
No, we don't
And
buy.
then
We
what?
spend. No. We spend a 10-day looking for where griffins are, and then
Oh,
we
of
tame
course,
them because
of
that's
course.
cooler.
Yeah, of course.
Also, because that costs
course.
little money.
Yep,
Hey,
yep,
it is a
yep.
holiday, guys. You know, just want you to know.
Yeah, this looks
A holiday will come up in the. But that is for. That is for next time.
really
Oh
nice.
yeah, I only need 14 days to tame a griffin.
Stop
if I
it.
succeed all checks.
You don't even know what CR they are.
No, fair. I don't know. No, it's not about their CR. It's about how many hit dice they have.
I mean, yeah.
What
which
do you think
kind of
the
equates to
CR
the
means?
CR. Yeah.
What do you mean? The CR has nothing to do with hit dice.
Yeah, well, wait until you see a CR7 Griffin and how many hit dice they have
Yeah,
compared
well,
to
I,
you.
but I didn't plan on taming a CR7 Griffin, now did I, Amber?
Yeah, well, evidently you're not aiming high enough.
Amber, I'm going to tame the fucking Tarask. I don't know where it is. I'm going to spend how much
It's
hit
being
dice is.
eepy.
I'm going to
It's
spend
eepy boy.
7-10 days to tame the Tarask.
Of course.
All I
Alright.
need is a DC 40 check.
Yeah,
Each time.
DC40!
easy.
So easy, no problemo.
No problemo.
No problemo whatsoever.
0 difficulty.
None at all.
Although with Tokus's help, I am pretty confident we could tame a CR10 creature.
Why would Tokas help
What?
you? What the hell?
Important.
Mm,
He's like, actually, I portended that you would fail at this task.
every day that we know that Portent succeeds, we use Portent, and if not, we roll.
It's all good, Brandon. I think until White is back, it's probably best to have a shorter session today
Yeah.
and just
Yeah,
catch up
well.
on it when we next get to play.
indeed.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, then we'll have a
Do some encounters
Yeah,
It's kind of rough with 3 people.
yeah, that's also true. But yeah,
Yes.
next time we'll have a nice little party, a little feast. Really nice, and then yeah, we roll to see if we have some encounters, and then we land in Landhouse. No pun intended. You know, it's yeah,
Where you will take the train.
indeed.
But first, next week,
Yes, next
a
week.
murder is going to take place.
Yes.
Murder! Oh wait,
City drama.
Mm.
let's look
Until
for a
that
giant
time.
ape.
Stop it. Until that time, we wish you a good evening and a good night.
Exactly.
A good week. And I hope to see you next Friday.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hope to see you too.
Thank you very much for hosting, Amber. Thank you,
Amber.
players, Stargazers, for being here, and thank you, viewers, for watching. We'll see you next week for
Thank
a
you.
little murder mystery. Bye-bye.
A little murder and a
Bye.
lot of mystery.